Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ringside Power Hour Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Reverend Everett Hall McNeil, along with
the Suplex Samurai,
Hollywood Michael Paul,
and the badass Flapjack Double J.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is our first pay-per-view review of Payback 2016. Let's get it.
Well, where do you want to start?
Start with Kalisto and Ryback.
Oh, that shitty kickoff.
We're going to start with the pre-show, then we got to start with Ziggler and Corbin.
Well, since nobody picked anything on the predictions for either one of them, I mean, I don't understand the ending because you just bring Ryback up from NXT.
You mean Corbin?
Corbin, my bad. Trying to bring him up from NXT, and then, you're trying to give him an initial push, and he loses, like, in the second match.
I will say the match quality wasn't, like, terrific, but Baron Corbin has improved a lot. So I will give the match about 2.5 stars just because I feel like he's improved. Dolph Ziggler finally got a win, but what does that mean for Baron Corbin? So from a booking standpoint, it kind of sucked. But then again, Ziggler deserves a win.
I mean, I'd give the match 2 stars too, simply the fact that Baron Corbin dominated the match. Ziggler really had no offensive moves at all, besides the roll-up and maybe the Fame-Master at a couple times. So, yeah, but Ziggler really needed this win because he's going so downhill. It's pathetic.
Now, here's the thing. Am I happy that Dolph Ziggler won? Absolutely. But to be building Baron Corbin like this, to have him lose his first technically big pay-per-view match, I mean, it's one of those situations where, who really won in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Yes, Ziggler got the win. But, is that going to amount to something down the road if they're just going to have him keep being Jobber Deluxe or keep being the fall guy? So, I mean, I'm happy Ziggler won. I'm just a little bit concerned as to what it's going to lead to. Is this going to lead to a rubber match? Is Baron Corbin going to get a win? Or because if they abandon it completely, it's going to be a loss. I feel like it's going to be more of a loss to Baron Corbin more than to Dolph Ziggler, honestly.
Baron Corbin impressed me in this match because I agree he improved a lot, especially from just within the last couple months he's improved a lot. He's actually a legit athletic big man, so, I mean, to have him already lose to Dolph Ziggler, I just don't get it. I mean, he's not what are you going to do with Ziggler? You're not going to do anything with Ziggler anyway.
I mean, I can't disagree. What do you guys rate this match?
I give it 2 stars.
2 stars.
I mean, it's like 2.
2? So I'm the only one that gave it a 2.5?
I think so.
Yeah,
You being extra nice today. I'm actually
being
surprised.
extra nice because I gotta reward it. I gotta reward improvement. You can't not reward improvement.
Well, speaking of improvement, I watched Ryback's greatest match ever against Kalisto.
I can't disagree. I was shocked at the way he was moving. Some of the fucking counters he was doing. I was like, dude, what the fuck has gotten into this guy?
Somebody must have heard or somebody must have passed on all the crap of people taking the huge, negative comments thrown at him because he just came back and trying to shut everybody up now with this match.
He was doing moves that you probably wouldn't even believe was in his arsenal that he even fucking knew.
Yeah, like when he fucking military pressed him off the top rope. Man, that shit was impressive. I was like, is this fucking Ryback?
And then he went for a
fucking bag of bricks Ryback?
He went for a flying knee or elbow or some shit off the fucking rope.
Yeah.
Ryback did so many moves in there that I've never seen him do. I mean, Kalisto brought the best out of that dude, or he just really is pissed off at the whole WrestleMania thing.
It was much better than WrestleMania. I'll tell you right now.
It
was
sure
much better
was.
match.
It was such a noticeable improvement. The King came on and said, I just watched Ryback's greatest match ever.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it was...
Right after I said it, though.
Yeah.
He must have heard you.
He must have.
So does this change your opinion about Ryback?
Fuck no.
One
I
match?
just said he had a good match, and I give him points for mocking CM Punk. So I can't fucking hate that. So tell you right now, I'll give the match a 3.2. And I'm only giving it the 0.2 because it is Ryback. I said, you got to give improvement where improvement is deserved.
I thought it was like a 3.5 match because... Hey, I know it's not fair to judge that, the match probably wasn't as good as other matches. But when Ryback improves that much over one match, man, you got to give us some credit, man.
I would definitely give the match a 3 because of also Ryback's just his all-around improvement. He really showed something. He really showed he's just not a stiff wall at times.
Well,
No, he's still a stiff wall. It's just he lucked out.
I mean, he was moving. I can't disagree. He was moving.
You can't deny it.
He was huffing and puffing. He was dying, too, boy.
He was, but he was hustling, dude. So
Ryback,
I got to respect hustle.
From the Reverend to Ryback, this is a miracle. The fact that you have not been bashed This is the first episode. You haven't been bashed harshly. We appreciate you for stepping up your game. I will give you a 3 stars for your match. Thank you, Ryback. Don't get too comfortable, though.
Definitely don't get too comfortable.
Oh, you know his next match will be a dud. His next 6 months will be a dud.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wraps up the pre-show, so let's move on to the main card. Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains.
That would have been such a great match if what happened didn't happen.
I don't know if it was a work, if it was a shoot. From what I'm hearing, it was definitely not a work.
It was legit.
It's for sure not a work.
So,
They had pictures of him up in the hospital room, going on the fucking internet with him, Big Cass, and him leaving.
Yeah, they wouldn't have stopped the match like that if it was a work.
I watched the replay, and I'm sitting there looking at how his head hit the rope, and I'm thinking, how do you, like, fall down? But then his head hit the floor, so I'm
he
thinking
hit the mat.
Well,
the
hard.
impact had to have been of him hitting that mat, because I looked at him hitting the rope. I'm like, how? Unless it was the whiplash effect.
I mean, that rope's pretty hard too, man. If you hit that,
Well,
you get hit in that right spot, that'll
And
knock
he's
you out.
moving pretty fast too. So
Yeah.
when his
Oh, okay.
face hit that rope, and then it hit his head, the back of his head hit the mat, and then he falls out the ring and hits his head again.
So a combination of the whiplash and the impact of the mat.
So I mean, honestly, from crowd reaction, from the way the match was going for the first 10 seconds, it would probably end up being a 4 stars for me. But because it didn't finish, I have to give it no stars.
Yeah, I'm getting it inconclusive. I mean,
Yeah, it's inconclusive.
They started off great with New Day coming out, sitting there in their little beanie chairs and freaking eating some bootios.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
Enzo and Cass's entrance is pretty good.
Got a nice pop, as
the
usual.
Villains, man, I just don't get it.
they just need more time. I mean, they're developed.
I mean,
They should have developed
I
in
don't
NXT.
get any of it. I don't
but
get the gimmick. I don't get it.
Mike, do you think they should have stayed in NXT a little bit longer?
I think their call-up was a little too soon. I think they need a little bit more development. I mean, they're a good team. It's just singly they're not great, but as a team, they're good. And they need to develop probably a better gimmick to sit on the main roster.
I mean, were you saying that Vince McMahon was like, what the fuck is this
Vince
gimmick?
hates the strongman gimmick.
Dude, I don't get it neither, man.
I mean, I don't, it worked in NXT, but it doesn't work on the main roster for me. So I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're good in-ring workers, but I mean, what can you say other than they're not ready?
When it comes to the Vaudevillains, I'll put it to you like this. They are a technically sound tag team, and I feel like, and Vince said it himself, hey, sometimes gimmicks are great in NXT. It's great in a smaller setting. It's great from an indie look and perspective, but sometimes it's not going to cross over on the main roster. So it's one of them things where I would say give it time. But, yeah, I would have to give this 0 stars. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but
I mean,
the match has got to
wasn't
finish.
decided, so I mean,
I'd have to.
But I mean, how does this gimmick even work in NXT? I don't get it.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact I think it's a different crowd. I think you have a more intelligent pro wrestling crowd than an NXT crowd. When it
there are
comes
more
to
hardcore fans there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody willing to go see something that's not even supposed to be a big show, they're hardcore fans.
Well, it's like the old ECW alumni fans. But regarding this match, in my opinion, because of the unfortunate events, I'd have to give it 0 stars as well.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't. How are you going to rate something that didn't happen?
It's just
You know what I mean?
Unfortunate chain of events.
So, I mean, with that being said, I feel as though Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens picked it up where it need be. It took a fucking dull moment and turned it into a great moment.
But you brought this point up too. We could have had a lot longer Sami Zayn Owens match if they didn't run a vignette.
I mean, we
again.
only had the Enzo and freaking Vaudevillains match was only like 2 minutes long. Why couldn't we have used that time with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
I agree.
They
I
put
don't
on a good
understand.
show.
I don't understand how come Sami Zayn didn't get a chance to kick out of the fucking powerbomb. Like, he's supposed to be setting the example that he's pissed off, that he wants payback, and he's just going to give up off of one finisher from it was a great match. I can't deny that it was fucking fantastic. Probably the best match tonight.
I think it was
Actually,
the
it
best
was
match
the
of
best
night.
It
match.
stole the
Yeah.
show.
It stole the show.
Definitely.
If they would have did the finishers on each other, it would have set a better example. I get all the shit they did to each other. It led up to the finisher. I understand that completely, but this is payback. You're pissed off. You want vengeance, man. You don't want to fucking sit there and just give up because, it hurt a little bit.
See, I don't get the ending because where do you go from there? Kevin Owens wins. Sami Zayn basically, I mean, what do you do with that? There's nowhere to go for Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn would have won, you could set up another match with him and Kevin Owens, and the feud goes on.
Yeah.
But I mean, basically, Kevin Owens put you out of wrestling, then he beat you clean in the ring.
Yeah, again.
It seemed like you said that from a Sami Zayn character standpoint, he's supposed to be the underdog of the underground or whatever they're calling him. He's supposed to be the ultimate underdog. And like we talked about the other day, you said the underdog thing when he wrestled Cesaro, kicking out of the finisher, like at the last minute.
It was the fucking 2014 Takeover match they had. Dude, he kicked out at 1 after a long, grueling match. And then it told such a story that it was like, oh, his adrenaline's kicked in. He's pissed off. And then Cesaro had to, like, take it to the extreme and do the hellacious fucking uppercut that he did. And then finish him off with his fucking neutralizer.
You could have used that here with so much depth to the match.
They could have did that, dude. It would have told such a great fucking story. I don't understand why they didn't. They had time. They could have gave them a little bit more time to showcase who they are. They're 2 of your top rising superstars, most popular superstars in all of wrestling, indies, everything.
Here's the great thing about that, though. They had limited time and still put on the best match of the night. Imagine if you gave them more time.
If Sami Zayn had done what he did in NXT, like you were talking about, I mean, it would have given so much more depth to the match and so much more credibility to not just Owens, but Zayn too, because not a lot of people on the main roster or who watch or casual fans know about his NXT shit. It would enter to some new crowd.
I mean, I agree, and I think Sami Zayn should have won it. I know Kevin Owens don't really have a big lullaby right now, but Sami Zayn would have won. It would have been a better story standpoint because we would have got another match.
I think there's a possibility you will get another match.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-way.
I mean, I think if you do another match, he's done 3 of the fucking last 3.
I mean, I think he's going to win his IC title some way.
So then we move on to a potential.
Oh, we didn't get ratings for the Sami Zayn.
Well, I mean,
Owens
I think
match.
we said enough. Best match of the night, right?
Match of the night.
Yeah, well,
4.5 for me.
4-star match.
4-star.
I'll give it a 4.5.
That would have been a 5-star match if he would have kicked out. Keep that in mind, WWE. But Cesaro versus Miz, my boy Cesaro.
My boy Miz.
Man,
With his girl Maurice.
where do I start?
Man, I wasn't with y'all watching Payback, but I could imagine Jeff's face when Cesaro.
It was a
had to
great
lose.
match too.
Maurice looked
It
hot
was
as
a
hell.
really good match, and it started with a Kevin Owens fucking promo that I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Who lit
yeah.
a fire under that boy's ass? I was like,
Yep.
holy shit! Dean Ambrose can tap into some of that. He might be good, but anyway,
Oh, here you go.
And the
Dude, I tell
shade
you
has
right
been
now,
thrown,
man,
ladies and
the
gentlemen.
match started off so fucking good, and then when it ended the way it did, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, it looks like it was kind of forced the way that it was ended with the whole Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn interrupting the match.
I was
I
convinced.
didn't really get it.
I was
think
almost
it
convinced he was
I
going to
think
take
it was a cool. I think it was a cooler way to end the match instead of just having Kevin Owens interfere, though.
But-
I think it was cooler of them to do it like that, to where it was just a big ass brawl, because they don't do that.
Yeah, so why have Cesaro lose clean though?
That's
I mean,
what I don't get.
if
But
you're-
Yeah.
they're going with the whole "we pulled the tights" thing.
Oh,
They
how many
didn't
times?
sell it though.
You know how many times I've seen people kick out of the tights in the same match in the same night?
Same night.
If you're trying to build Cesaro to be this guy, and they had this all-out brawl, why wouldn't Cesaro be the last man standing in the ring?
He should have, because all he did was got tossed out the ropes.
And that was the last you
and
saw
that was
of
it.
him.
That was the last you saw of him.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I understand Kevin Owens is somewhat, neo prize fighter gimmick, but let's be honest here. Cesaro is pound for pound the best guy, the strongest guy out of the 4 of them. That dude should have been the last man standing. If we would want to be realistic, this is the reality era. Let's be realistic of who the strong man is in that ring.
Oh, it's not in the reality area anymore. We're in the new era.
The new
Well, they
era.
need to figure out another name for it, because
And-
this new era stuff ain't gonna work.
Regarding this IC title, going back to Zack Ryder, I know he wasn't on the card, but during that brawl, he could have just ran the fuck out there and just been like,
He should have. It would have been fucking. I would have been completely okay with it.
Do you expect that company to do anything for Zack Ryder after the way they screwed him over?
I do not.
he needs to just take the ball and run with it himself.
So I give the match a 3.7,
I give it a
just
3.5.
because the fucking Cesaro didn't win.
I give it
I'll-
a 4.0.
I'll give it a 3.5.
The Miz won. They both put on a good match. I liked it.
Look, I give Miz credit. He's doing his job as a heel real well.
Like I said on every podcast we've done, The Miz is a great worker. He's a great heel with great mic skills. What he lacks in wrestling talent, he makes up with his mouth. They added Maurice. Now he has ways he can win matches again that's cheap. So use it.
Well, I don't really disagree, but I can't agree on everything. But I'm going to go ahead and let Mike introduce this next bullshit match.
Bullshit
Oh,
match.
dang.
I mean, it was a pretty decent match if you're talking about what I think you're talking about.
The crap guy.
Oof.
Dean Ambrose
The
versus
slow motion like he's stuck in fucking mud. I mean, seriously, he
Still couldn't avoid
moves
that
like
155 division.
If I could introduce the match real quick, it's Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
I mean, he's like a smaller guy. Ambrose is one of the smaller guys on the roster, but he moves like so slow. You're like,
He has no commitment. He's slow as fucking dog shit. His punches just don't really fucking do it. I ain't going to keep on going on in this.
I mean,
guy.
when
These people get it.
when he like would sling him into the ropes and try to follow him up, you're like, man, is he going to get there anytime today? I mean,
That fucking clothesline, that pisses me off every time I see it. Somebody told me they do it in New Japan, and guess what? It sucks there too. So, does it make a fucking difference who does it? Just because I like New Japan? Just because they do it doesn't mean I still fucking like it. I think it's trash.
I mean, it was the most predictable outcome of the night because we all knew Jericho was leaving. I just didn't know it was like literally today.
I
Let me
agree.
tell you
I have
something.
nothing to say about it. I give it a 2.5. Go ahead and carry on.
I give it a 1.
I give it a 3.
Now,
That's all you're going to say about your favorite fucking wrestler?
yeah, they just
Well, I mean,
I'm letting you talk about the match right now because I'm not.
well,
I have
the
nothing
match,
to say about
the
that
match
bullshit.
did start a little slow. I think it picked up a bit. I think Jericho and Dean Ambrose had a good, decent transition and moves. I think Ambrose, showed that he can go toe-to-toe with Jericho. And I think everybody out there listening who wants to deny me and say that Ambrose isn't going to be good or great one day, you're see.
Now, here's one thing that I do notice.
Anyway.
Here's one thing that I do notice. I do find it very interesting that they have decided to put your boy, let's see, WrestleMania, he's facing Brock Lesnar. Payback, he's facing Chris Jericho. What exactly do you think they're setting him up for?
Not to mention he wrestled Triple H twice in a row.
Exactly.
On that one made-up pay-per-view and on a Raw. And, in
A live event, he won.
Yeah.
So what do you think they're setting up for? You think that this is the year he's in the main event title picture and actually wins, or is he just
Are
going to
you
drop?
asking me or him? Because if you're asking me,
I'm asking the both of y'all.
I think they're
actually.
setting up for bad ratings.
There's no way you're going to have that dude in the fucking main event. Seriously.
Mike?
I think they're testing the waters, seeing if he'll be able to do it.
What does he do well?
Bad ratings. He connects with the fans.
He does connect with the fans.
He connects with fucking idiots is what he does.
No, he doesn't just connect with illiterate inbred hicks.
I think so.
I didn't call him
he's
that.
Yeah,
he's
I'm about to
supposed to be
say.
this lunatic fringe, right? He doesn't do anything that's kind of crazy.
Exactly.
I mean, look, all he's got to do is, like we said, choke Renee Young and,
Choke Renee Young.
You've never seen his internet promos? From
I've
his CZW
seen his
days?
internet promos, but this is a PG product. You can't be just choking random
Hey,
chicks on the
it
Dell
wasn't a
going.
PG
Vince
product.
McMahon said we can slit throats.
I
So
know. What the hell? He wants
Yeah,
blood.
He wants blood, but no, it ended up not being blood because they immediately announced that we're not
the
even
rating
on to
is
that
remaining PG-13.
yet. Anyway, if Mike doesn't have anything good to say about his boy, then we'll move on. Natalya versus Charlotte, which I thought was going to be the showstopper.
Potentially-
The Night
should have
Stealer.
been.
The
It
greatest match in women's history.
It had the
Well.
potential of being great. Their Raw match was probably
Their Raw
the
match
best
was
women's
fucking
match I've ever seen.
beautiful.
the Raw match
It was fucking gorgeous.
should have been what the payback
And
match
then
was.
this match was
I don't
This
know what.
match was a lot of debating, a lot of fucking breather, a lot of standing there looking at each other, a lot of gimmick.
Look, the
I
fucking
fucking hate gimmick matches. Like, I can't even announce how much I hate the fucking injury angle, the fucking somebody's on the outside, so we're going to play to the crowd angle. Man, fuck that shit.
this screw job angle has been done time and time again. It's
So
just
many fucking times. And you're right.
I saw that and just laughed because I can't believe they're about to go to. They're
I
about
thought
to
it
go
was
to
about
this
to be
again.
something great, man, but it wasn't.
I mean, it was good seeing Bret Hart, if anything else.
Now, this is... Pause it, man. I'm going to have to edit that.
All right, and we're back.
where'd we go?
We're gonna edit this. We're editing this anyway. Calm down.
I don't even remember where we were
Our
at.
most highly edited one yet.
Well, like I
Dean
said, man,
Ambrose.
this could have been the best fucking match on the card. It could have been a showstopper, a night stealer, whatever you want to call it. But they did what they did, and it was fucking not that good to me.
Look, they bring out my favorite wrestler of all time, and they still butchered it, man. I mean, I just don't get it. Natalya and Charlotte are amazing. Why not let them actually showcase what they can do? I mean,
Their first match on NXT TakeOver, I think it was... Which one was it? I'm not sure which one it was, but it was a similar match. Women's Championship in NXT, Bret Hart, Ric Flair in the corners. Fucking great match.
What's it, a rival?
Great match. It might have been NXT rival. I'm not sure. It was 2014.
Well, it's not like they were on any time restraints or anything like that because they had extra time.
Whatever it was, I don't know, but
For some reason, it like the WWE rushed the first like 4 or 5 matches to get it done within the first hour, and then
they did.
and then we had to watch promos and so yeah, Natalya loses, screw job or whatever. I give 1.5, and I love both the wrestlers, but
1.5, Jesus Christ!
I give it a 2, and that's just being generous.
I'll at least give it a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 3, just because Ric Flair and Bret Hart was out there.
I know, but
I have to.
Brett did have trouble locking that sharpshooter, though.
And plus, at least we got to see, the sharpshooters from both of them. At least they did start wrestling eventually in the match. But I got to give it a 3 just because the women's division's on fire. But it did suck, so
Yeah.
I'm being really generous
why
right
was it
now.
the only women's match
being
on
very
the card?
generous.
Like, why wasn't Becky Lynch and Emma on the card?
It was
How
supposed
come
to
we
be.
didn't have a number one contender?
They pulled it.
Yeah, what
They
the
pulled
hell,
that Becky
man?
Lynch match from the card. There's an article about it.
Hey, they
Oh,
could have
that's the
put that
one
on
they
the
pulled.
pre-show. They could have 3 pre-show matches. I don't know if they understand what an hour does.
I
but-
think they pulled the Becky Lynch fucking Emma match and replaced it with the Ziggler Corbin match. That's why we didn't give any predictions on it.
I mean, there's other girls back there too you can utilize. Paige.
Oh my God, Paige has come back on screen. I miss her.
I mean, what's the hell's the last time you seen Sasha Banks?
she
was backstage with Shane McMahon.
Oh, well,
SmackDown, I think.
well, that's great. What was she?
Look,
doing
I
back
don't
there?
know, man. Honestly, at this point, I'm ready to get through this Payback review. So let's get on to this Vince announcement.
And with the Vince announcement, basically,
You mean the no announcement?
you
pretty
mean
much.
we all thought it was going to be a brand extension?
Yeah, it was basically a 20-30 minutes waste of my life.
Then he teased us with a fucking a rating change, and I want
And then
blood.
he wants blood, so I thought we were going to get blood, and no, we're not.
And because the internet went abuzz with it, they had to add in there that the rating was still PG.
Moving
They trolled us, is what they did.
Yep.
so how do you guys feel about both Shane and Stephanie now being, I guess, co-owners?
It was a cop way out of it, so...
I think it's stupid. They knew we wanted a brand extension. They didn't give it to us.
I mean, will it lead up to a branding? It's a good chance. It's a really good chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush to conclusion.
With
just
them
because-
mentioning
This
the
is
rating, is that something that's in the near future? Because you guys got to understand, man, this is a public traded fucking
Right,
company.
they have
now.
to actually announce
They have
this.
to announce if they're doing a rating change. They can't just go on
They
there.
can't
Oh,
just
hey
do it and
guys,
say,
yeah, we're
"We
changing the
decided."
rating tonight.
Yep.
So
I don't know.
I mean,
It was pointless.
I feel as though it was too. I feel as though they didn't give us what we wanted. If they would have announced a fucking a Monday night draft this Monday, everybody's excited to watch fucking
here's
Raw.
the
Oh,
thing.
you
I
have so many viewers from it.
So many.
Here's the thing. I think they're building up to that. I don't think it's going to be when everybody else wants it to be. That's the thing.
That's what it should be. It's television.
I
Wait a
understand
minute.
that.
Wait a minute. It's scripted television at that. So you want me to stay tuned and keep wasting my time when I can watch the NBA playoffs? I could watch the Orioles play. I could watch so many things. So you're telling me I have to wait to get to see anything I want to see?
Yeah, I miss my iCarly.
By the way, does anybody know what the ratings are right now?
Shit.
They're
They're in
yeah,
the shit. So
they're
you're
not
telling
good.
me what's best for business is to tell the fans to fuck off?
They're not. I'm telling you, this company is not going to let ratings or fans, and I hate to say it, they're not going to
dictate everything.
I understand that, but they're not. They're only going to let the fans dictate to a certain point. If they could turn Roman Reigns heel right now, and it's going to be on their time. It's not going to be when the fans want to, even though they're booing.
I don't know why you would even turn
Everything-
Roman Reigns heel. Why would you turn AJ Styles heel?
I mean, you already got the Bullet Club there. Perfect timing.
Why don't we just fire fucking Roman Reigns?
Right. I mean, I don't know why he has to be in the picture.
Like I said, bring the draft storyline back. Nobody drafts him and he leaves. Simple.
All that money they put in him, do you really think they're just going to make
Undrafted
an
free
angle
agent,
like
huh?
that? An undrafted free agent?
And like TNA can pick him up or some shit. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck off my TV.
Man, anyway, AJ versus Roman Reigns.
No, all you got to do is use a remote.
Let's get
to turn
straight
them
to
on.
it.
It was. I didn't like it.
I think it had good spots, but it wasn't a great match.
I think it was
And predictable as fuck.
I think AJ Styles actually carried the match for a change.
He did.
He did.
The awful one is I just
The
don't-
phenomenal one.
For
Calm
me,
down.
For me with AJ, what was fucked up was the fucking ending when he fucking got counted out. He could have just rolled back out to break the count.
I texted Jeff that literally not even 2 minutes after that happened. I was getting heated. I was like, are you kidding me?
Like, you roll in the ring at the count of like 9 or 8 or 9,
Yeah,
and you
but it
stand
was
up
like-
and look
like
dumbfounded.
Like Jeff said, it was just predictable, man. That's all it was. To get Shane out there, to make it a no count out, and then for
Stephanie to one-up him and make it a fucking no DQ
match.
But then you got Gallows and Anderson come out, and you think, oh, the Bullet Club, AJ's gonna win. Fucking Roman's gonna win.
Yeah, well, let's talk about what nobody else is talking about. You look at that match. AJ Styles won 2 out of 3 falls, man.
He did.
Yeah.
He won 2 out of 3 falls, and what the fuck's he get for it? Not a goddamn thing.
They should make that their match
Thank
at
you,
Extreme
WWE.
Rules. 2 out of 3 falls.
Awesome. So glad I wasted. I could have turned it off after the first hour, and I would have been good. I wouldn't have missed nothing.
Yep. I mean, you just tune in, watch the Sami Zayn match, and cut it off.
Right after the Natalya Charlotte match.
I would have watched Cesaro.
Oh, Cesaro, yeah.
I would have took a shit during the Ambrose match, and then I would have fucking watched the Natalya and Charlotte match.
Right. That's basically what would have happened.
So, your overall rating on this Payback pay-per-view?
Well, first of all, I give the match a 3 stars.
I give the match
just because it was a little chaotic, I guess.
I do. I give the match 3 stars too.
Christ, me and Jeff argued over Roman Reigns for like 45 minutes during that damn match of how he's supposed to be athletic. I just don't see it.
Well, he's recorded 9 more tackles than Brock Lesnar in the NFL.
9 more?
9 more.
9 more tackles in the NFL. What NFL?
And guess what?
He never played in a regular season game.
He played one, apparently, according to Jeff.
He has 9 tackles.
He had never played in a regular season game.
Then how do you get 9 tackles?
He never made it through a practice squad.
Then how do you get 9 tackles?
What was that, in a preseason game?
I don't fucking know. He's got 9 tackles.
What was that, in a preseason?
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, Brock Lesnar got preseason tackles too.
Well, he doesn't say he does, but anyway. Yeah. So he made it to the practice squad of Minnesota, and then he made it to the practice squad of Jacksonville. Neither or did Brock Lesnar do.
No, Brock Lesnar could have made the practice squad in Minnesota. He turned it down and went and,
Oh, sure. That's what they all say.
By the way, then he went and won an MMA title. You're right.
Anyway, I give this whole fucking card a 2.7 because I'm pissed off about the whole fucking thing.
No, I give it a 2.
I'll give it a 2.5.
I give it a 1. It was awful. You take away the first hour, it was... The first hour was the only... That's how we get a 1 because the
that's
first
what
hour...
I rated the first hour.
The first hour was like a 3.5, and then the next 2 hours were zeros.
So that dumbs it down to a 2.7?
Well, no, the next 2 hours were like zeros, so...
Well, you've heard it here. This has been the Ringside Power Hour Podcast, giving you our official review of Payback 2016. Until
pay-per-view.
Fucking WWE, you did it again.
Another one.
Well, until next time, everybody.
Fuck you.
See ya.